Hi, everybody. I just want to weigh in on this Vegas massacre, which is bullshit. Our government's lying to us. Seen videos of people dead at Hooters. I've seen videos of men dressed as SWAT and police in the crowd shooting people. Posted to YouTube. Here's what I regardless of them, they could be. I don't know what they could be. The thing is, for the police report I heard, and the news has been on the TV, this paddock guy shot this compost dude in a hallway, which is maybe 7 to 10 yards, and there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He fires 200 rounds and only strikes this guy one time in the leg, in the calf. 200 rounds in a friggin' hallway. And he somehow manages to kick out that window and shoot almost 600 people in a matter of seconds. You know what I mean? He becomes super sniper when he gets in the hotel room. Because what most people don't realize, and most hunters don't, is the trajectory of a bullet is not a straight line. When you're on flat land and you're shooting at distance, you have to lob the bullet in. That's what the scope does. It elevates the barrel while keeping your eye on the target. You put the crosshairs on it and the bullet elevates it, lobs it in, it goes up. This guy's got the worst possible crap scopes. A red dot and some shit scope. He's got no infrared, no night scope, no nothing. He can't even see at 400 yards. What he's shooting at. Not only that, I fired 270. That's my bolt action 270. That bullet will bounce off of anything. Anything gets in the way, a twig, a blade of grass, and the bullet it just goes off into, one way or the other. Wherever way it hits that. A puff of wind will knock it off its intended route. So he's firing a 223 at 400 yards into a crowd he can't even see. And get this, elevation. You're on flat ground, the bullet arcs up and in. Well, when you're 32 stories in the air, the bullet goes down and comes back up. It has a reverse arc. So you're going to have to pull the gun in at an aiming point on the ground and to fire, and you got to play thread the needle through the goddamn chain link fence and hope like hell you hit somebody. Because it's a 15-foot high chain link fence. You can't fire over it and into the crowd because of the arc of the bullet. You try doing that, and the bullet's just going to fly off into nowhere. You ain't going to hit shit. You might hit people over at the MGM. They're stupid enough to be standing outside, but you're not going to hit anybody inside that festival. You have to be a freaking super sniper, and you have to have two people. One in the room and one on the ground. The one on the ground has a call so you know where your bullet's going at, because with the shit scopes he had, you can't see where that bullet's going. There's no way in hell you see where that bullet's going. So you're sitting up there and you can't see nothing. Not a damn thing. Somebody has to be on the ground, and you have to have a predetermined aiming point to start out with just to get the arc of the bullet right to fire through the chain link fence. And you have to have somebody on the ground calling the shots, telling you where the bullet's going and how close, one way or the other to get through the chain link fence. So you have to be one hell of a super sniper to do that by yourself in the dark and play thread the needle through a chain link fence. And you should be able to see the aiming point, because you'd have to go out there, walk it off, and pace it off of where the aiming point should be at. You have to do math. The amount of rise, your elevation, the amount of rise of the bullet, the distance to target, and you'd have to walk off from that fence where your aiming point would have to be on the ground. You would have to aim straight down, and the bullet would arc out. So you're aiming straight down at an angle at some place on the ground, and the bullet's arcing out and it's going straight into your target. So you have to have a very good aiming point. You'd have to predetermine it, pace it off, and mark it off so you can see it at night with like glow-in-the-dark paint or some shit. And any gust of wind, the bullet's going to go off trajectory. It hits the fence. It's just going to either drop or it's going to go bang one way or the other. It's not going to go through the fence. So you're playing thread the needle at 400 yards with an aiming point somewhere, 100 yards out from the target. About 125 yards from the target, maybe a little more. You're firing down at that. And because you're not going to see those people, and you're going to be firing at that, and the bullet's going to arc up and go straight into them, wherever they're standing at. And if you don't do it right, it'll arc down and, and be just as bad. But you gotta have it dead ass perfect. You get it too high, it goes over your head. Too low, and it just hits the ground. So you'd have to have it perfect to where it hits them. And to do that in the dark, you have to have somebody standing there somewhere around that fence that's not in your range of fire. Because your range of fire is going to be severely limited. Because you can't hit everybody in the crowd. You only can cut a swath maybe 30 feet wide. So there's a lot of bullshit in that story. A lot. I think it was a terrorist attack, or our government did it themselves to get gun control. You don't know. I don't know. If it was a terrorist attack, the people were dressed as cops in SWAT uniforms, and the people in Hooters, which I seen a video of laying dead, they said a SWAT guy went in the back. It's either our government done it, or who the hell else knows, And you think our government doesn't do shit? I just don't understand why at Standing Rock they fired water cannons and rubber bullets and threw flashbang grenades and blew that one girl's arm apart. And nobody's crying about that. Nobody's saying nothing about that. And they let the blacks run all out there because the press wasn't out there at Standing Rock. They got away with shit they shouldn't have got away with. And you don't think they'll kill you to get what they want, to get their agenda through? You're crazier than a Bessie bug. Stephen Paddock, 64 years old, novice gun owner, is not going to know how to shoot. Not at 400 yards, not with a crappy ass bullet. If I was going to do it, it'd be a 7mm Magnum or 8mm. Something that would penetrate the fence. I wouldn't have to worry about the fence deflecting the bullet. But you're talking about somebody, if he was actually up there, firing down there, and still have people about 20 yards outside the fence just firing in, he was one hell of a freaking marksman. He was better than Chris Kyle or any other sniper. You just think about that for a minute. I'm calling BS on the whole damn thing. It's just weird. That's my thoughts, and I'm giving you my benefit of experience. Take it as you want it. Peace out. Now, I'm running for United States Senate for the great state of Missouri to try and stop this crap from happening anymore. A vote for me, is a vote that, I'm disabled. I don't have a campaign coffers or anything. I'm doing it honest, where I don't owe nobody nothing. And when if I get up there, I will have 2 lines put in my office. Yes vote, no vote. That way you have an actual voice in the United States government. But again, I have to get voted in. Probably won't happen, but at least I tried. Or the rest of you want to sit around bitching about it. But I'm telling you, Stephen Paddock did not shoot those people. And that police report ought to give you that. 200 rounds in a hallway and you didn't kill that guy or cut him in half. You only wound Jesus Compost. You know why I call him Compost? Because it's a bullshit story. He got wounded in the leg after being fired at with 200 rounds in a friggin' open-ass hallway. I could have shot him with 1 round with a 44 Magnum. He ain't been dead. You're talking about a damn narrow-ass hallway with a rifle and firing damn near an automatic. Should have cut his ass in half. Then he goes in the room, becomes super sniper. He's some kind of superhero. He's got these powers to be super sniper. Take any crappy piece of shit scope and shoot these people. Way to go. It's bullshit. Now, it was either a terrorist attack or our government attacked us. You decide. And, it ain't a theory. I'm telling you God's honest truth. Bullets on flatland, up. They arc up and then down into the target. Bullets from elevation, they arc up and into the target. You shoot down, they're going to arc up. And the other way, you shoot, it shoots up and then lobs it in. It's just the reverse. Just remember, from elevation, it's reversed. Talk to you later. Bye.